Well, naturally, as a woman and as a mother, I feel if you give love, that you receive love in return. I feel that no woman who born a child wants to give it away to violence of any kind. But it seems to me that man wants to show his power in some way, and he's constantly responsible. He's constantly causing, it seems.
Your theory of love, does it also apply to racial problems?
Yes, of course. Because I think that when people learn to live together as a race, or different religions learn to live together and appreciate each other's beliefs rather than constantly trying to change them, that we will be more compatible towards each other as a race, as a religion, and as a creed, no matter.
Would you, and this is a little bit out of this line we are talking about now, would you go to entertain the American troops in Vietnam if you were asked to?
I have been asked to before I went to Washington for that luncheon, and I was going to go to entertain the soldiers in Vietnam, not because I agree with the war, but our boys are not responsible for being there. Therefore, I don't see any reason why they should be neglected in any way. It does not mean that I am supporting the war, but I just want the boys to feel that even though they are maybe not with desire to be there, that even so they are not forgotten.
Do you think that artists in general should get involved in political problems?
That depends on the entertainer, because I think that if an entertainer is cognizant of people's thinkings and has intelligence, as if you are not an entertainer, for instance, would be the same, I would believe the same. But you ask me about entertainer, I believe that we as entertainers are very sensitive towards people because we deal with them practically every day of our lives. We are in front of their eyes. We can see and we can feel the vibrations of people, of every race, creed, color, social positions, and those of us who are international artists. We travel from one country to the other like gypsies, and we are very sensitive to these to people in general all over the world. So if anybody, I think, is going to have an opinion about the desires of people, who is better than an entertainer?
In your biography, The Thursday Child, which was published in New York in 1956, I think, you mentioned that the color of your skin prevents you from being happy. Do you see things the same way today, Skit?
I don't remember saying that in Thursday's Child. Not because of the color of my skin in relationship to another race, particularly. As I remember as a child, and obviously what I must have put in the book was, I am a person with different bloods. I am mixed. I am with Indian blood, and I am with black blood, and I am with what we say in America, Caucasian blood. So I already have 3 different varieties of nationalities within me. So as a result, if you are, say for instance, more of one blood than you are the other, it doesn't matter if your skin is brown, you belong to the black people, or you belong to the brown people, whichever you want to call it. But I have been thrown from one position to the other, because as a child I was neither accepted by the black or by the white. So I had to find my own direction. So even today, I feel I cannot afford to be prejudiced against anyone, and I don't want to be.
I see. You are a woman of outstanding versatility, Miss Kitt. You are a trained nurse, you have been a dancer with Catherine Dunham, and since you made your debut as a singer in New Faces, you have played in a straight play, Mrs. Patterson, on Broadway. You have made films and even played Margaret in Orson Welles' Faust. Do you intend to stick to singing?
Most of all, I intend to stick to being a human being. Everything else, outside of being a mother, is secondary. So I cannot tell you about my future as an entertainer. All I know is that now, at this moment, this is the way I survive for myself and for my child.